Hello, my dear friends. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I have not made a video for quite a while, but I figured it was time to do this video. Excuse me. So, in this video, as I'm sure you can tell by the title, and no, you did not just misread that, I decided to go skydiving. Yes, I wanted to celebrate my weight loss, and I wanted to celebrate regaining of my health and taking charge of my life again. So what was it like? Well, it was an experience. I mean an experience. So pretty much what happened, this was something I've always wanted to do, but I was always way too heavy. In fact, I was about 264 pounds, and I got myself down to about 169, 170-ish, somewhere around there. And yeah. So I made an official appointment. Now, at the place I skydive at, which was Skydive Philadelphia, which I highly recommend, by the way, you get a check-in time. Now, that is not your drop time. That is not the time you go up. I want to make that very clear, and I knew that from the very start, that was just the check-in time. In fact, I waited about 2.5 hours before I went up, which was right in about the middle of the wait time, they said. Yeah, you can wait as little as 2 hours. You could wait as long as 6 hours to an entire day, depending on how crowded they are, depends on how many people who are single jumpers are going up. It depends on a lot of factors. So what happened was, I went in, checked in, and they had you read the disclaimers, the waivers, the educational video about what you're actually doing, how you're staying safe up there. Basically, don't do anything stupid up there. Do whatever the instructor tells you. Pretty much all that good stuff, all the stuff that's pretty basic understanding. So when it was finally my turn to go up, I got paired with my instructor. And he really was a very nice guy, you know, very reassuring. He made me feel very safe. He had me put on the harness. And what we did was we went to the plane. I sat in front of him. He was behind me, and as we got up to the altitude, which was about, I remember, like 12,000 feet, somewhere around there. Yeah, 12,000 feet. And he was going over the checklist, over all the information with me. And we were climbing higher and higher and higher. And I'm looking out the window just thinking, oh, wow, it's kind of high up here. Now, I was thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to chicken out here? And I just paid all that money for the video package and pictures and all this stuff. You know, I can't back out of this. And so that door, when it swung open, or I should say, it was like a garage door, so it kind of lifted open. And the more experienced jumpers were like, all right, let's do this. And all the instructors and the more experienced people all kind of did their little pre-jump ritual, like, you know, have a safe jump kind of a thing, which makes sense. I mean, because they're a very close-knit hobby community type of a thing. And just you saw them go all out the plane. And then it was my turn. My instructor and I, we stood up. He was all set to go. I was set to go. I looked out of that plane and I'm thinking, holy shoot. You know, as I'm looking at the clouds and everything, and then all of a sudden, fast motion, and it all went slow motion. Just, you know, like when you watch a movie or a TV show and some very crazy action happens and it just goes to picture stills, you know, like that kind of a thing. It felt like that. And I felt the wind in my face. My body felt totally weightless. I felt like a bird. I felt like I was flying. And I was like, wait, open up your eyes. You paid all that extra money for the extra height and you have your eyes closed? What's wrong with you? And so I opened my eyes and I'm just looking. I'm like, like I was in just disbelief of how high we actually were. And it didn't even feel like I was falling. If anything, I felt like I was floating, just floating. And as we're getting, and of course we're stable, and the cameraman is getting video of me, and he's taking the pictures, and then my instructor is taking pictures with the GoPro on his wrist. And just finally, and believe it or not, this was a 60-second free fall. 60 seconds. And all of a sudden, the chute deployed, and we were gently going back to Earth. Now, the instructor was like, good job! And he gave me a high five, and he took the toggles to the chute and was controlling the descent. And he asked me, you want to take over? I'm like, okay. Which, if you're going to do this, please don't turn that down. Please do it. You will not regret it. He's there, so if something really does go wrong, he can control the descent again. But, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. And I was having a great time. It was just amazing. And he went over about how we're going to land, and this is a very surefire thing that I need to work on my core now and get my leg strength up. But you get your knees up and extend your feet so that way you can slide back to Earth. And so I'm looking down and I'm seeing my family wave to me. I'm waving to them. And it was great. And then finally we landed and he high-fived me. I got a picture with my instructor at the end of it. It was just, I'm sorry, words do not do this experience justice. It does not do it justice. You need to experience skydiving firsthand. Now, years ago, I went to like a wind tunnel experience where they use the fan to lift you up. It's okay. It definitely gives you the experience without giving you the experience. And I think it's good for a person who's, let's say, a very experienced skydiver already and is just trying to work on their technique and just trying to work on all that kind of stuff. That I can see that as a good alternative for. But I'm sorry, you cannot experience that adrenaline rush, that experience without actually doing it. And of course, that's just my humble opinion on the subject. But it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. So thank you so much to Skydive Philadelphia. And thank you all for watching this video. And I hope to catch you guys next time. All right. Catch you later.